Schönen guten Morgen. Wenn ich morgen sage, dann meine ich Mittag. Es ist Mittwoch? Nein, es ist Dienstag. Dienstag? Ja, es ist Dienstag. Es ist Dienstag. Ich bin gerade wieder frisch vom Schuhe kaufen. Zurück. Es ist alles gemacht. Ich habe ein bisschen Zeit. Bedeutet, ich spiele Planescape Torment. Denn es macht mir sehr viel Spaß. Ah, Kaffee. Planescape Torment. Das beste Spiel aller Zeiten. Letztes Mal haben wir unseren Freund, das klingt so ein bisschen lustigen, Totenschädel Morty aus der Scheiße gehauen. Wir sind wieder vereint. 4 Leute sind wir. Und heute konzentrieren wir uns so ein bisschen auf unsere Gefährten. Weil hier, ich habe schon so ein bisschen vorgelurt, the brothel of slating intellectual lusts. Da werden wir unsere Priesterin finden. Ein Succubus. Die sind ja alle total abgefahren. Die Companions, die man so finden kann. Mit Anna müssen wir uns mal richtig unterhalten. Haben wir auch noch gar nicht gemacht. Ich bin, jo. Ich bin jetzt gerade ein Fighter wieder. Aber das Schöne ist ja, weil ich diese Gefährten habe, kann ich die einfach anlabern. Und Anna, can you train me in thieving skills? Ups. Und dann bin ich einfach Dieb. Ne, das ist einfach nur eine Dialogsache, dann ist man auf einmal Dieb. Als Dieb bin ich nur Level 7. Wieso bin ich denn neutral gut? Ich mache doch immer alles Rechtschaffende. Das beschämt mich jetzt ein bisschen. Na gut. Ich habe ein bisschen aufgeräumt. Moin, Temo. Guck mal. Trotz außerhalb der Kernzeiten werde ich bemerkt. So. Ein bisschen aufgeräumt. Nicht zu viel. Ein paar Sachen weggeschmissen. Wo ich dachte, brauche ich eh nie wieder. Morty ist hier mein Mülleimer. Die ganzen Tätowierungen oder sowas hier. Meine Gedärme. Man weiß ja nie, ob man die nochmal gebrauchen kann. So, und ich habe jetzt so eine Flasche. Hier, Decanter of Endless Water. Damit kann ich ja Ignus löschen. Oder befreien. Habe ich jetzt auch mit dem Kommandowort. Und das heißt, da können wir gleich hingehen und den befreien. Ignus ist aber, Ignis oder Ignus, ich weiß nicht, er ist ein ziemliches Arschloch. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich den in der Gruppe haben will. Aber das können wir machen. Sonst habe ich eigentlich nichts jetzt auf dem Plan. Mit Anna reden. Da kann man nämlich auch irgendwie die Skills verbessern, wenn man mit der redet und selbst ein Dieb ist. Dann will ich die Priesterin rekrutieren hier drin. Und dann will ich noch zu Ignus. Und vielleicht töte ich ihn auch einfach gleich. Und dann habe ich hier noch den Modron Cube. Und über den Modron Cube kann man noch einen Gefährten bekommen. Aber das ist ziemlich langwierig. Und da muss man, glaube ich, erst noch irgendwelche Leute finden, die dir sagen, dass das mehr als nur ein Spielzeug ist. Ja. Moin, Marco. Aber erstmal jagen wir unserem Love Interest hinterher. Die wunderhübsche Anna. Hey? I had a question about how you found my body. What? Well, what were you doing looking for bodies in the pregnant alley? Alley. I mean, you would have had to creep your way through the tenement, then past the doubles to get there. And the place isn't even heavily trafficked as the rest of the hive. So why would you even look for bodies there? Annah shrugs. Rest of the hive is picked clean, it is. Got to find new spots to poach deaders, you do. As Annah speaks, you feel a crawling sensation in the back of your skull, and you suddenly realize she's lying to you. Are you sure, Annah? There must be something in your tone, because it stops Annah's tail dead for a moment. Ja, ihr Schwanz hört auf zu wedeln. Then it resumes, a little slower than before. Das verrät natürlich sofort, wenn man lügt. Ne? Richtig scheiße, wenn man Poker spielt, so ein Schwanz. I think, she frowns, and she seems a little uncertain. I don't usually go there to scarp deaders. I don't think of it. I'd never even been there before. I just kind of came across it. Why did you go there? I don't know. I just did. And lucky for you, I did. Or you'll still be there. The same crawling sensation as before warms up the back of your skull. And with it comes another realization. Annah's lying. But oddly enough, she doesn't know she's lying. Das ist ein Widerspruch. Hm? Sie sagt nicht die Wahrheit, aber, also das ist jetzt philosophisch, ich weiß, nee, das ist, was ist das? Sprachdidaktisch? Ich weiß es nicht. Aber wenn jemand lügt, dann musst du es wissen, dass du lügst. Du kannst nicht aus Versehen lügen. Du kannst aus Versehen die Unwahrheit erzählen, aber du kannst nicht aus Versehen lügen. Das stimmt nicht, also. Annah, were you compelled to go there? Is that how you found me?
Updated my journal.
She nods slowly. Mayhap. Wurde verzaubert. Ja, kann sein. Also so, ich habe ja noch so ein paar Nebenquests gemacht, ne? Und so ein paar Dialoge gefunden. Und was so immer wiederkehrend ist, dass vor allen Dingen alte Wesen, also irgendwie, keine Ahnung, besondere Superrassen, die irgendwie hunderte von Jahren alt werden, die kennen dich. Ne? Also ganz viele Leute haben dich schon mal gesehen. Und es ist so ein Glücksspiel, ob sie dich gesehen haben als Arschloch, so als wild gewordenen Tyrannen oder Massenmörder oder halt als netten Boy. So, und das ist, das zieht sich hier so durch. Die Leute kennen dich manchmal. Und meistens hast du schlimme Dinge getan. Ich habe eine Ex-Freundin getroffen und die hat mich aus dem Fenster geschmissen. Und dann habe ich noch eine andere, die hat mich vergiftet. Also es sind ein paar Geschichten. Also das war nur so neben NSCs. She nods slowly. Mayhap. Gives a half-hearted shrug. It wasn't one of my usual haunts, but I couldn't help myself. I just wanted to see what was there that day. And there you were, dead as a timber. He pauses. You were like a lodestone, you were. I don't know what led me to find you. Oh. Ist komisch. Annah, didn't I meet you in the hive before I found Ferret? She nods a little wearily. You did. I haven't forgotten you. When I asked about Ferret, you told me he was south and west of the mortuary. When he wasn't. Gott, bin ich naiv. Ronaldinho's point. I did. And you have done the same if some scarred wreck came to you and asked where you could find your dad. She shrugs. You found him anyway, so I don't want to hear you carrying on about it. I don't. What were you doing by the mortuary? It's my territory. I was looking for deaders. I was. She looks you up and down and smirks. Found a walking one, I did. Okay. Annah, did you find anything on my body before you brought it to the mortuary? Gib mir meinen Stuff zurück. Annah looks at you warily, and her tail stops flicking for a moment, then resumes slower than before. Mayhap I found something. But if I found anything, It's mine by right. It is. The other bits are in Ferret's keeping. Anna, I don't have time for games. What did you find on my corpse? Well, you had some fist irons, you did, and a little bit of jink. But I left that for the Dusties, so they think I was a wee bit honest. You had an ugly ring that I kept. She dips her finger into her arm braces and pulls forth a small ring with a stone mounted on it. Worth thrice more than the jink and the irons it was. She studies the ring and squints. Too bad it's too ugly to wear. I'd like that ring back now. She studies the ring with a frown, glances at you, then back at the ring. With a sneer, she flicks the ring to you. Don't know what the ugly thing anyway. Didn't want. So, didn't want the ugly thing anyway, I didn't. Dieser Akzent ist, was ist das? Keine Ahnung. Oh, Lev gestört. Was denn? Hey, hi. Herein. Später am Abend. Du hast heute Morgen geguckt, jetzt musst du. Jetzt darfst du nicht. Du kannst in deinem Zimmer ein bisschen spielen und du darfst dein Zimmer auch ein bisschen aufräumen.
Zimmer aufräumen ist blöd.
Ja, Zimmer aufräumen ist blöd. Das macht keinen Spaß. Du kannst deine neuen Schuhe auspacken und anprobieren. Hast du schon? Nicht schlecht. Okay, cool. Aber hier auf mir rumkrabbeln geht gerade nicht, weil ich muss jetzt hier spielen. Lass mir doch eben. Warte mal.
Ich möchte.
Nee, das geht so nicht, Lev.
Ich möchte.
Oh. Aber will auch ein bisschen spielen. Fine. Yeah, fine. Now, when you mentioned that some stuff from my body had gone into Ferret's keeping, what did you mean? Ja, ich hab doch schon längst alles ausgeräumt. Aye, Ferret takes a bit of each corpse we find. He does. It's his right. Being lord of the village and all. The vault must have been where he was keeping it all then. Aye. Tell me a little bit about Ferret. Ja, will ich das wissen? Naja. Old Stuttercrutch. He's my dad. Well, not my real dad. Oder der. He found me when I was a wee girl. Anna shrugs. Schnieschner Schnappel. Guten Tag, Herr Taschengnom. Herzlich Sie willkommen. He found me when I was a wee girl. Anna shrugs. Er needed a collector to crawl into places the rest of his fat gullies couldn't squirm, so he took me under his crutch. I didn't think you and him looked much alike anyway. Ist das jetzt schon Flirten? Ich weiß nicht, ob das Flirten ist, aber also meine Absichten sind klar. Anna ist die heißeste. Ne? Und außerdem heißt meine Ehefrau Anna, also deswegen. Wenn es einen Love Interest gibt, dann ist es sie hier. Anna's eyes narrow, and her tail begins to lash back and forth. And what do you mean by that, then? Oh, jetzt kann ich schleimen. I meant it's hard to see any resemblance between that ugly, stooped, greedy, smelly gutter troll and you. Anna's face flushes, a deep red. Auch ein schüchternes ja auch noch. Oh, is that so? And how do you see that? Ui, da gibt's viel. Truth. I mean, have you ever looked at yourself? Aside from the way you carry yourself, you're confident, sensible, and graceful. Oh. And that doesn't even take into account your obvious good looks. You have that rich, fire-red hair, those sharp green eyes, and that striking profile. Striking Profile könnte da drin versteckt sein, dass sie auch sehr, sehr pralle Brüste hat. Ich glaube schon, oder? Das kann man da so... So ist das höflich ausgedrückt. Striking Profile. Pralle Brüste. Ja, das interessiert. Das ist schon das Geilste. Das ist schon das Geilste. Die ist schon eine hübsche. Ah, Anna just stares at you. So, that's all I meant when I said you and Ferret look nothing alike. Damit sich deine Frau freut. Ja, das wäre auch ein Spiel für sie eigentlich. Obwohl das verstanden... Na, weiß ich nicht genau. Jetzt so... Nee, doch, das wäre was. Wäre auch ein schöner Charakter für sie. Anna nods, still staring at you. She doesn't even blink. Are you listening to me? Anna suddenly leans in and she bites you sharply on the neck, giving a soft kiss. Rather than pulling back, she presses closely into you and whispers into your ear. Oh, yes. Do you fancy your chances? Her tail begins to lash, slowly back and forth, but the rhythm is more hypnotic than angry. You can feel Anna's heart beating fast in her chest and the color rising into her cheeks. You suddenly become conscious of the fact that Anna's skin is smooth, soft. I want to tell you something, and you can't poke fun at me. All right. Do you know I like the way you smell? Das geht mir jetzt ein bisschen zu schnell. Ganz was. Oh, it drives me balmy than a chaos man it does. She sniffs up the side of your neck, and she gives a low, eager hiss. I see the way you look at me, and I like it. You've got hungry eyes, you do. It makes me afire. I want to bite you, soft-like around the neck. She teases the side of your neck with her teeth, never breaking skin. And with every whisper, you can feel her breath along your ear. Her hand slides up around the back of your neck and tightens. You can feel her nails digging into your skin. I want to drag my nails along the back of your neck and force you to kiss me. Morty. Morty mischt sich ein. I'd just like to interject here and point out that I'm not going to say anything to spoil the mood, Chief. I will just float here and watch. Don't mind me. Just sitting here, floating and watching. That's me. Das ist fantastisch. Do you know I can smell you from 50 paces? That smell of formaldehyde pouring off you like one of them dusty shamblers. Maybe if you cleaned yourself up some, you'd be a right prize. Her eyes flash. I'd make passion with you so hard you'll be knocked off the spire. She steps back, her tail flicking lightly against your leg. Then gives you a hard stare. So, do you fancy me? Die geht ziemlich ran. Ja, das ist, wollte ich gerade sagen, das ist ab 18. Das ist hier, wir geraten hier in Softporn-Regionen. Ich lieb's. Yes, I do. Grab her, bite her back. Anna, let's not have any more of that, alright? Grab her, bite her back? Yes, I do. Ich weiß nicht, das zweite ist eigentlich fast besser. Grab her, bite her back. Ich weiß nicht, wie sehr ich sie dann beiße. Nachher ist es too much. Ich glaube, ich mache das zweite. Well, then your chances are slimmer than you think they are. Anna sneers. She still seems to be a little flushed. I was only teasing you, you scarred vampire. Oh, guck mal, ich habe das Richtige genommen. You don't smell that good, you don't. Look enough of this, some other questions. Guck mal, die hat nur mit mir gespielt. Aber die kriege ich noch. Die kriege ich noch rum. Have you heard of a night hag called Ravel Puzzlewell? The mention of the name, Anna spits 3 times and makes a semicircle over her heart. Are you daft? Don't be mentioning her name if you value her life. Why? She's the evilest of grey ladies, she is. Anna's voice drops to almost a whisper, as if afraid of being overheard. Filthy mean, and with more power to toss around than some powers. It's said that she's all a brambles through and through, even her heart. It's said you can never kill her, 'cause her body is like a tree. You lop off one limb, and there's always another still growing somewhere else across the plains. You speak as if she's still alive. Of course she is. She has to be. Anna's voice drops again. How would you kill a thing such as her? That's why the lady had to mace her. So it's said. Das wissen wir alles schon. Can you train me in thieving skills? She frowns. What are you on about? I wanted to learn more about stealth and thieving from you. Oh, und ich habe ja schon alles gelernt von ihr. Aber jetzt kann ich ihr noch was beibringen, weil ich bin ja auch ein Dieb. Actually, I thought I might be able to teach you some things. What? Are you serious? She raises an eyebrow. Yeah, teach me. There's some tricks to opening locks that I thought I could share with you. Oops. She smirks. Like what? You're using the wrong lockpicks when you try and pick locks. The ones you have could use the following. One with a E, Y, Y tip. And another with blah 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 blah. At the end of your instructions, Anna nods quietly. I didn't thought of those things. I hadn't, she frowns. I would have figured it out eventually, so don't think you're some fest hall teacher or anything, Jig. Just trying to help. More like you're trying to make me look like a fool, you are. What the hell are you talking about? Here you come, striding into Ferret's court, and him all bowing and curtsying, oh yeah, to yeah, playing the bootlick. Then he orders me to go with you, which he's never done, and you start putting on air about how you know more than me. What gives you the right? Who do you think you are? I'm just trying to help you. Oh, I? Are you sure that every time I nick something from someone's purse or spring a lock, you aren't just shaking your head behind your back, going, clumsy, stupid girl? She doesn't know how it's done? Does that make you feel better about yourself? Does it? Oh, sie kann nicht mit Konkurrenz umgehen. Anna, I only showed you those things to make you even better than you are. I wasn't lording it over you. I don't think you're clumsy, and I don't think you're stupid. Anna frowns, her tail flicking back and forth. Aye, well, you best be careful. I don't take kindly to pity. I don't. Okay, noch mehr. Komm, ich kann dir noch mehr beibringen. Picking Pockets. Was habe ich denn? Okay. Ich glaube, ich muss die Werte über 50 Punkte haben, damit ich hier überhaupt was beibringen kann. Picking Pockets mal sehen. When you try and pick someone's pockets, You should use your body to better effect. It shouldn't be too hard for you to distract a mark from these belongings and... Eh? Anna blinks. Are you saying I should play the harlot? Well, why the hell's else are you wearing that thing? I thought that was your whole plan. Anna looks down, then back up. I just get hot. I do. It's my blood, I think. This vest lets my skin breathe. Well, you add a few more slashes to the front of that, and your marks aren't going to care if you're picking their pocket or not. Now watch my hands. When you are about to cut the purse you need, as you reach out to show Anna how to cut purses, she stiffens. What now? I cannot help it. It's your fault. Anna squeezes her eyes closed. You shouldn't have said anything about the vest. No, I'm all thinking about it, I am. Look me in the eye. Now just calm down. Anna's gaze locks with yours, and you notice she's still stiff, and she's biting her lip. Look, I'll show you quick, and we'll be done with it. You lean in, and as you do, Anna suddenly pushes herself into you, and her hands wrap around your back. She holds you gently for a moment, then squeezes tightly, sniffing slightly around your neck, then up along your cheekbone. I like the way you smell, I do. She rubs her cheek against yours, and to your surprise, you can feel how smooth her skin is. Your skin's like leather, it is. Check your purse. Sie geht echt, sie ist heiß. You reach down and grab Anna's tail, then slowly unwind it from your pack. Anna steps back, and she gives a grin. Is that what you mean? Nicking a purse off a mark like that, eh? She seems a little flushed, and you notice her heart is beating fast. That easy it is. Yes, I think you got the hang of it. Erfahrungspunkte. Und wieder hier. Die Dialoge mit ihr sind alle anscheinend so. Aber jetzt kann ich noch eine Sache trainieren. Dann ist sie erstmal abgefrühstückt mit einem. Remove Traps. Bla bla bla. Das ist, glaube ich, weniger sexy. Einfach nur Fallen suchen. Und was ist das? Cool. Ja. Oh. Ein Shadow. So, was haben wir mit ihm hier? Mit Dagon habe ich eigentlich schon alles fertig gelabert, glaube ich. Ja. Mit Morty? Habe ich eigentlich auch schon alles. Okay, jetzt geht's weiter. Es ist sehr, sehr viel Text hier. Sehr viel Text. Und das ist Fall from Grace. Unser hoffentlich 5. Companion. Fall from Grace. Before you is a stunning, golden-haired woman, dressed in an azure and violet dress, with 2 long, elegant wings draped across her shoulders. She is surveying the room with a slight smile. She is easily the most beautiful woman you have ever seen. Schon wieder diese Beautiful Womans, ne? Überall sind die schönsten Frauen, die du jemals gesehen hast. Aber okay, bei ihr macht es Sinn, weil sie ist ein Succubus. Nase juckt von vielem Reden. Greetings.
How may I help you?
The woman turns as you address her. She takes your measure, then nods slightly. You notice her eyes are azure, the exact same color as her dress. Well met, traveler. She reaches up to brush back a stray lock of golden hair. How may I help you? Who are you?
Updated my journal.
I am called Fall from Grace. She studies you for a moment. You are new to Sigil, are you not? No. No, I suspect I have been here for quite some time, actually. Indeed. Yes. But that is a long tale, perhaps longer than I know. I'm more interested in what this place is. Redest du mit der... Ich rede über die Nase anscheinend, die vibriert dann immer und dann fängt es an zu jucken. This is a brothel of slating intellectual lusts. She studies you for a moment. I take it by your question that you did not intend to partake of this establishment? Brothel of slating intellectual lusts? What kind of brothel is this? I established this brothel. Brothel. Warte mal kurz. Brothel. Entschuldigung.
Brothel.
Ah.
Brothel.
Ja, ist ja gut.
Brothel. Brothel.
Brothel. Brothel.
Brothel.
Brothel. Herzlich willkommen wieder zu einer neuen Episode. Der Schnappel versucht Englisch zu sprechen. Brothel. Brothel. I established this brothel to give those lustful fevers that strike the mind more avenues of expression rather than the simple carnal. Much pleasure can be had in conversation and engaging in the verbal arts with others. Morty, sounds dull. Das finde ich ist super gut. Was denn für eine prätentiöse Scheiße. So dieses, ja, wir sind hier ein Puff, aber wir sind Puff, also nicht für körperliche Gelüste, sondern wir versuchen den Geist zu reizen. Ne? Mit exotischen Erfahrungen. So bla bla bla. Und Morty, langweilig. Ich liebe es. I assure you, it is not. To the brothel, see for yourselves. So this is a brothel where there's no intercourse? Only of a psychological nature. Rest assured, it is still quite stimulating. It's quite stimulating. Oh, I have to ask, why did you establish such a place? Such a boring place. Fall from Grace raises an eyebrow. That is an odd question, she frowns. I don't think anyone has ever asked me that, at least directly. My apologies, Lady Grace. I didn't mean to be so direct. I was merely curious. Oh, no apologies are necessary. I am more than happy to discuss the reasons with you, if you wish. I would like to hear them, yes. Part of the answer to your question requires that you know that I am a member of the Society of Sensation. Ach ja, das ist so eine Fraktion hier in der Stadt. Our faction believes that one should experience as much of the multiverse as possible. Das ist, glaube ich, die, wie soll ich sagen, interessanteste oder auch in meinen Augen beste Fraktion hier in der Stadt. Ne, das sind einfach Erfahrungssüchtige sozusagen. Sie wollen viel Erfahrung machen. Dinge erleben. And that is why you established this place? This brothel. This brothel. is intended to slate the lusts of even the hardened intellectual. It is designed to stimulate the mind, to heighten one's awareness of themselves and others, to create new ways of experiencing another person. It is for those who seek something more than the shallow physical pleasures that fill the hive and lower wards. Ja, also, klingt so abwertend. Physical pleasures sind doch auch gut. I see. So this establishment just encourages intellectual fencing rather than, well, the other kind of fencing. The woman here must be special indeed. Okay. The women here are aspiring sensates. They have come to me in search of instruction, to prepare themselves to enter the faction. Also, many of them have a natural grasp of language that can shatter the crust of the most hardened individual. Sensates? She bows slightly. Yes, I am a member of the Society of Sensation. Our faction believes that one should experience as much of the multiverse as possible. The girls here are training to be sensates? Yes. I hope that by learning the art of language and its subtleties, that the patrons and the students here may learn more about themselves. One is only as limited as their command of the language. Be able to employ language to evoke emotion in others is a tremendous skill. Puff ist ein viel schöneres Wort als Brothel, ja. Und es ist auch einfacher auszusprechen. Puff. Mir gefällt das sehr gut, in welche Richtung das hier alles geht. I see. Can I ask you some other question? Yes. Who are you again? If I may ask, Lady Grace, the wings on your back. You are not human, I take it? Anna sagt das jetzt. She is one of the fiends. One of the succubi, she is. Succubi, heißt es, glaube ich. She'll take your pleasure. Nee, she'll take your measure. Then she'll take your soul to the lower planes. So she will. Your companion is correct. I am a lesser Tanari, more specifically a succubus. She gives a soft sigh. I'm afraid we're a little too common in the lower planes and elsewhere for our own good. Most of my race spend their time seducing mortals with various pleasures of the flesh. And you?
Updated my journal.
I'd like to think that I have distanced myself from that. It is ultimately a trivial and non-productive way for one to spend one's time here in the multiverse. There's much more to life, wouldn't you agree? Perhaps so. Can I ask you some other questions? Yes. What is this place? Weiß ich doch auch. Die alte Sukkulente. Ja. Und sie ist auch, die wäre ja auch irgendwie ein Love Interest hier gewesen, glaube ich. Aber mit einer Succubi, also Succubus lieber nicht. Lieber nicht. I came here looking for help. Perhaps you can help me. Help? What kind of help were you looking for? I seem to have lost my memories. In so doing, I've lost myself. You have been stricken with amnesia? All from Grace looks pained. How terrible! Do you have any idea how it happened? Not really, at least not that I can remember. I woke up on a slab in the mortuary and everything before that is black. You awoke in the mortuary? I think the dustman mistook me for being dead. Or I was dead or something. All I know is that I regenerate wounds quickly. I could be immortal, but I don't even know that for sure. Ich pack voll aus. All from Grace seems to be appraising you with renewed interest. Those scars on your body. He reaches out a hand, as if to touch you. May I? Sure. Fall from grace drags her finger across your chest lightly, tracing the edges of your scars and following the curves where they blend into some of your tattoos. She seems fascinated. These scars do look as if they would have taken several lifetimes to accumulate. They certainly do, though some are more recent. Ui, da gibt's viel. Fall from grace steps back. Some of those wounds would have been fatal to a normal man. She taps her chin, thinking, what do you intend to do now? I need to get my memories back and my life back. I intend to scour the plains and search inside myself until I can piece together who I am and what brought me to this state. Oh, das ist eine gute Antwort. Das nehmen wir. Ja? Oh, dann komme ich, wenn du rufst. I must say, I have never met a man who had lost himself in the literal sense. She raises an eyebrow. Forgive me, but your condition is intriguing. Intriguing? Frightening is more like it. I don't like not knowing who I am, what I may have done, who my enemies are, and who are my friends. Oh, das ist eine gute Antwort. I have offended you with my words. Fall from grace bows her head. I give my apology, if you will have it. Apology accepted. So empfindlich bin ich auch nicht. Never mind, no harm done. If it will help, you are welcome to tour the brothel. Several of our students are well versed in the verbal arts. Perhaps some of them will be able to rekindle your memories. I may do that. Can I ask you some questions first? Yes. Can you tell me about the sensates? Nö. Obwohl, kurz gucken. The sensates are the faction of sigils that is devoted to experience. Without experience, without sensation, we are blinded too much of the multiverse. Ja, und wir kriegen keine Erfahrungspunkte, ne? Und mit Erfahrungspunkten kriegen wir Level und werden stärker. Thus, sensates seek to experience as much as possible. When all is experienced, then the truth of the multiverse shall reveal itself. So, ich muss eben kurz einen Kaki bereinigen. Und Admut. Das stimmt schon. Interesting philosophy. Could I join the sensates? He smiles. To join the sensates, one needs only be a student of life. I meant I was interested in joining their factions. Of course, forgive my teasing. Grace nods. If you wish to join the Sensates, I would inquire at the Civic Fest Hall. Someone there should be able to help you. Civic Fest Hall, da wollte ich eh hin, da muss ich ganz viel erledigen. I see. Can I ask you some other questions? Yes! Have you ever heard of a night hag named Revel? I am familiar with the name. Fall from Grace pauses and thinks for a moment. Rumors cluster thickly about that name, and most tend to discount her as a myth. But I suspect that she did exist, and that she made quite an impression in the cage during her stay here. The Cage. So heißt die Stadt quasi. Die Stadt ist der Spitzname der Stadt. She looks puzzled. Why do you ask? I intend to seek her out. Grace raises an eyebrow. Truly? I find myself compelled to ask why. I need information that she has. Is this information available from no one else? I suspect that only Revel? Keine Ahnung. Possesses the knowledge I need.
Updated my journal.
Grace rests her hand lightly on your arm. Consider this. If Revel does indeed exist, then she is extremely powerful and cunning. If a fraction of the stories of her activities are true, then she's a creature that has discovered new meanings of evil. The search for her is not a quest to be undertaken lightly. Ugh. I realize that. Do you know anything else about Revel? She was said to be one of the hags of the Grey Waste, and that she was believed to possess powers and a cunning far beyond those of her sisters. She came to Sigil long ago, and in addition to the evils she committed during her stay, rumor has it that her actions threatened the cage itself. Now she primarily exists only as fiction, a figure in children's stories. Grace pauses. I imagine the Lady of Pain dealt with her as all threats to Sigil are dealt with. How?
Updated my journal.
Revel was most likely sent to a maze, one of the lady's prisons. What is the Grey Waste? A blighted plain that lies effectively between Bator and the Abyss. It is frequently a battleground in the Blood War. Oof. You know what happened to Revel? Maze, yeah.
Journal.
Grace places her hands together, thumbs and fingers touching, forming a rough circle. The lady is said to have the power to take pieces of Sigil. You watch in surprise as a ghostly image of Grace's little finger pulls itself from the hand and floats into the air, curling into a small circle and make a maze. Go on. The small ghostly circle floats in the air, then begins slowly rotating. The piece of Sigil she takes holds the prisoner. There's no escaping being mazed. Can happen at any time. While walking down the street, through a door, claps her hands. And then you are somewhere else. Inside the ghostly circle, you can suddenly see a flicker of movement, like someone walking inside. Grace continues, the tiny ghost maze reflected in her eyes. It is said there is a portal that leads out of each maze, but they are difficult to find. Perhaps they are left in to give the prisoner hope. Perhaps they are left in to torture the prisoner. The ghostly maze dissolves. Perhaps it is both. Okay. Haben wir auch. Okay, kommen wir jetzt zum Speck. Would you like to join me on my travels? Anna stiffens. Ist eifersüchtig. Then starts muttering under her breath. Who's to say she'll be coming with us? We don't need the likes of her. So we don't. Morty sagt. Bar that fiendling. Morty clicks his teeth together. I'm all for the succubus coming with us. The powers know you are about as fun as passing a call troop through your bowels. Okay. You best latch your bone box, skull, or I'll rattle you so hard that it'll be picking your teeth off the spire. Fall from Grace. Travel with you? Fall from Grace smiles slightly. She seems to be ignoring your companions. That's rather forward of you. Speck! Zum Fleisch! Speck oder Fleisch, was auch immer. Ich rede nur Unsinn. I'd rather be honest with my intentions. You seem extremely pleasant and well-versed in the ways of the plains. A companion with that kind of knowledge would be welcome. Ja, Schleimi, Schleimi. Morty sagt was. Hey, wait, just a minute. I'm the one well-versed in the plains. That's my job, Chief. Having two people knowledgeable about the plains in our band seems pretty smart to me. Besides, I said pleasant too, Morty. Pleasant on the eyes, maybe. Looks to me like all some chit has to do is show a little skin and you'll sign her right up. Morty falls silent. Not that I mind that really. I just thought I'd mention it. Noted, Morty. Look, Lady Grace, excuse me if I'm being too forward, but would you care to travel with us? I appreciate your candor. I shall counter with some of my own. Why should I travel with you? You mean you wouldn't be interested in traveling with an immortal amnesiac? Amnesiac? Who is searching the plains for himself? Oh, I would be extremely interested. She smiles slightly. Such a suggestion is intriguing. Make no mistake about that. Then you would like to travel with me, then? If you wish me to, then there's something you must do for me. There are 10 students in this establishment. I would like you to speak to all of them. Then return to me with your thoughts. Then we shall see if we shall travel together or not. I will go speak to them then. I will return when I have spoken to all of them.
Updated my journal.
Noch mehr reden. Oh, wat? Oh, das sind Modrons. Wie kann ich zu diesem Spielzeug fragen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In jedem Raum ist einer. Oh wei, das wird dauern. Hilft ja nix. Müssen wir durch. This strange cubic creature seems to be as much machine as it is organic. As you approach the thing, it silently stares at you with wide, unblinking eyes. Its face hasn't the slightest trace of emotion on it. Come on, Chief. We're in a building full of some of the sexiest chits this side of the multiverse, and you're stopping to talk to Modrons? What can you tell me about them, Morty? Morty makes a noise of utter disgust. What's there to say? Annoying little clockwork pests. They're always working to impose law and order upon the multiverse. Not good, mind you, just law. Let's just forget about them and go chat up the ladies, eh? Ignore Morty, greet the Modron. Its voice has a metallic, reverberating quality to it, as if it were more a sound played out on some warped musical instrument than true speech. Your greeting is returned. There's a soft click as the creature blinks. An awkward silence hangs in the air between the two of you. Add some questions. Identify yourself to us. But my questions, it's not important who I am. I'm not sure who I am. That's die Wahrheit. We would know why this is so. I don't know myself. I just can't remember. All things should have a name. All things should be identified. We find our answer unsatisfactory, but it shall have to suffice for the present. The creature pauses and blinks at you. We would identity ourselves as Modrons. Quadron type, winged variant. Use subject. Do you know what this little cube-like toy creature is? The Modron, its appearance identical in every aspect, but size to the object in your hands. Blinks once, twice, then speaks. The object is a portal cube. The user is to position the appendages of the portal cube in such a manner that it will activate. Once activated, the portal cube will transport the user to whatever destination it was tuned to during its creation. What's the proper position to activate this one? We do not have that information. Over 97% of all portal cubes function in a slightly different manner. We were not present at the construction of the subject's portal cube, nor have we ever been given instructions as to use it. Should the subject desire to utilize the portal cube, they will have to determine its method of operation and destination via experimentation. Oof. What are you doing here? Our purpose here is observation. What are you observing? We are observing one of the establishment's staff. Who are you observing? The object of our scrutiny is named Dolora. Why are you watching her? We have not been informed as to the specific purpose or purposes which resulted in our being given our present task. The command of our superior pentatron is sufficient reason to perform said task. As such, the purpose or purposes are irrelevant to us. Komische Maschinen. What can you tell me about this place? Oh, das interessiert mich nicht, glaube ich. Erzählen mir irgendwelche Roboter was über die Sensates. Das brauche ich nicht nochmal hören. You know not anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? Nee. Tschüssi. Gut. Guck mal, die 3 habe ich schon mal besiegt. Dolora. Wird beobachtet. Das erzähle ich dir mal lieber. This dark-haired, pale-skinned woman has a cultured, refined look about her. As she turns to you, you note that her eyes, which you had previously thought to be grey, are the color of brushed steel. Greetings. The woman's voice is soft, calm, and without inflection, it has a certain far-away quality, as if somehow not attached to her. Greetings, I'm called Dolora. May I serve you somehow? In what ways can you serve me, Dolora? She blinks her eyes and touches her hand to her heart, bowing her head slightly. I am able to debate any scholarly of academic matter quite proficiently, if that is your wish. I am also well versed in various games of strategy, should you wish to play something, though I have the materials for few such games here. I was hoping for something of a more physical nature. Debate, you say? That is correct. I am neither a tome nor a tutor. I have no desire to educate my patrons. Should you have a matter to discuss, however, the 15 factions and their effect on Sigillian politics, the most effective battle stratagems for warring in Acheron, the meaning of existence itself, I would be most pleased to choose a counterpoint and engage you in debate. Oh, wire. Choose a topic. See if you can best her. You choose the topic and begin. The debate lasts a long time as the two of you exchange points and counterpoints, each attempting to methodically undermine the other's position. As you speak, a strange feeling begins to come over you, a memory trying to surface. Allow the memory to surface. Memories of a great hall begin to form in your mind. A vast place, full of well-dressed elites. A formal ball was taking place. Before you was a small, impeccably dressed fellow who wore a golden medallion. It was emblazoned with a symbol you dimly recall as the sign of one. The two of you stood in a circle of onlookers who have gathered to listen to your debate. Continue the memory. But that's impossible, the man was saying, looking perplexed. Oh, but it is, you recall yourself replying. I have made several inarguable points and given you a number of examples. You simply don't exist. But you can't. Were I to accept that, I'd continue the memory. Yes, you'd cease to exist. And without a flash of light or puff of smoke, with no fanfare of any sort, the man was simply gone. The onlookers ahooed and ahaed, some clapped. You remember giving a flourishing bow and walking away, a small, satisfied smile upon your lips. You suddenly realize Delora is watching you closely. Are you feeling well? We might finish our discussion at another time, should you like. No, let's continue the debate. Ja. Ja, ich möchte aber jetzt gerade nichts sagen. Though Delora is extremely hard-pressed to beat you, she's eventually joy in her victory. However, sie hat den Debattierclub hat sie gewonnen. However, merely nodding in approval. You're a most skilled debater. This there's no denying. I feel that, had you time to perform some research, I might not have bested you. Thanks. Ist er weg und wieder da? Oh. If you would like, we can debate once more upon the same topic. I would argue your position this time. Would you desire it? Oh God. Wait, are you always so ruthless in a debate? Mistress Grace instructed me to show no mercy, for another of her students always allows a patron to win after a lengthy debate. It was Mistress Grace's desire that I provide a different sort of experience for the clientele. Clientele? See. Could we play a game now? Of course. Is there anything in particular you wish to play? No, I don't really remember any games. Mhm. Noch eine Memory. Memories of a smoke-filled field of battle begin to fill your mind. Atop a great hill overlooking the fighting you sat, mounted upon a massive four-legged beast. The braying of horns carried your orders to the troops below. Even as you watched, your forces divided, fleeing left and right as a foreign army fought its way up the hill to slay the enemy lord, you. The fools, you had thought, lips curling into a wicked smile. My knights shall charge down the hillside and stop their advance in an instant. And at a very moment my retreating footmen will fall in to crush their flanks. Ah, yet another victory soon be mine. Suddenly you realize Delora is watching you intently. Are you feeling well? Schon wieder irgendwelche Flashbacks. Diesmal war ich ein Schlachtenmeister, ein Lord. Und ich habe mich daran erinnert, weil ich eine Partie Schach gespielt habe. Und sie gewinnt natürlich wieder. Ich frage mich, ob man gegen die gewinnen kann, wenn man irgendwie besonders hohe Intelligenz hat oder irgendwie sowas. Delora casts her eyes to the floor with a sound that might be a sad sigh. I am willing to serve you as a patron, but I have no wish to answer other questions at this time. My apologies, but I fear you shall simply have to bear with that for the time being. What's wrong? Anything I can help you with?
Updated my journal.
She looks up from the floor and into your eyes. Once more you're struck by the pale smoothness of skin, the cold depths of her silvery eyes. No, no, I fear not. My troubles are a matter of the heart. In time, I think, all things shall be resolved. Are you certain there's nothing I could do? Certain? No, I'm not. My first love, Merryman, possesses still the keys to my heart. So long as he has them, I shan't be free to love another. This is the cause of my melancholy. Why don't you seek him out? Speak with him. I may not leave this place. The reasons why are deeply personal, not to be shared with strangers, even ones who might bestow a kindness upon me. But suffice to say that I cannot seek out Merryman myself. Then I'll find this Merryman. Speak to him on your behalf.
Updated my journal.
Ein guter Junge. Laura nods, the slightest hint of a smile appearing on her lips. She bows her head. Were you to find and speak with Merryman, I would be most grateful. He is a member of the Society of Sensation, so you may wish to ask for him at the Civic Fest Hall. I'll return when I find him. Okay, noch ein besiegt. Noch ein Dialog besiegt. Kann sich nur noch um Stunden handeln. Aber so viel Zeit habe ich gar nicht. Eve the Tail Chaser. This fetching young woman has a far-away look in her soft sea-green eyes. Greetings, greetings. What a coincidence! I too chase tails. Greetings, I'm Eve the Tail Chaser. What a coincidence. Tschüss. Morty, der lustige Schädel wieder. Have you come to trade tails? I like to trade tails. I would like that very much, yes. Tell us the story of your waking up in the mortuary. Eve leans forward as you tell the tale of your wakening in the dustman's mortuary. She seems to devour your every word. As you finish, she smiles at you. I shall remember this tale. I too will tell a tale of the dustman. Chapter of Dust. Go on. There are chapters in the Dead Book, the massive tome which the dustmen keep that records the passing of all that lives into the eternal boundary. In this book, there are chapters that are naught but dust, and it is believed that the names therein are lost souls who cannot die, but must suffer life eternally until history itself dies and grants them release. I have another tale to share. Oh Gott, geht es jetzt so weiter hier? Tell us the story of the Alley of Lingering Sighs. Eve leans forward as you tell the tale of the alley giving birth. She seems to devour your every word. As you finish, she smiles at you. Okay. Before I begin, I must ask, do you know what a Modron is? Ja, das sind diese Roboter. Then I shall tell you the tale of the clock and the quadrone. Go on. Okay. On. Okay. Tell us the story of a weak wind's curse. Ach, dieser Typ, dieser stinkende Typ da in der Gosse. Der war auch verflucht, stimmt. Okay, das ist einfach so ein Geschichtenhandel jetzt. Das lese ich nicht alles. Ask one of your companions if they have a story to tell. Morty, hast du was? Me? Why do I have to tell a story? Forget it then. No, I'll do it. I just thought I'd complain a little out of convention. Besides, I love the intention. No way, Morty. I don't want to hear it. Fine, go ahead then. Wenn Morty eine Geschichte erzählt, dann lese ich die auch. An elderly man was sitting alone on a dark path, right? He wasn't certain of which direction to go, and he'd forgotten both where he was traveling to and who he was. He'd sat down for a moment to rest his weary legs, and suddenly looked up to see an elderly woman before him. She grinned toothlessly, and with a cackle spoke, "Now your third wish. What will it be?" Go on, Morty. Third wish? The man was baffled. How can it be a third wish if I haven't had a first and a second wish? You've had 2 wishes already, the hag said. But your second wish was for me to return everything to the way it was before you had made your first wish. That's why you remember nothing. Because everything is the way it was before you made any wishes. She cackled at the poor Barrack. So it is that you have 1 wish left. Go on. All right, said the man. I don't believe this, but there's no harm in wishing. I wish to know who I am. Funny, said the old woman as she granted his wish and disappeared forever. That was your first wish. Eve smiles. An interesting tale, Morty. And now I have one for you and your companions, the Fiend's Game. Go on. Okay. Okay, das reicht mir jetzt erstmal. Kann ich später vielleicht noch machen. Mit zu viel Laberei jetzt. Oh, gibt's hier was umsonst? Der gehauen? Taschentuch. Oh, goldene Ohrringe. Himakshi Altatang. The wild-looking tiefling girl meets your gaze with an angry scowl. Her tattooed body is practically naked, covered by only a narrow leather thong, a black cloth brassiere, and armored shoulder pads that appear to serve more as decoration rather than actual protection. Her spiked hair, as well as the thin fur that covers her goat-like legs, is brassy white. Numerous silver rings dangle from her ears, nostrils, lips, and brow. She wears a leather collar around her throat with the inscription, Himaxi Addertongue. Greetings. Himaxi bares her teeth at you. And just what are you looking at, you banged up sot? Morty, my friend thought you were attractive, but whoa, was he ever horrible mistaken? She sneers at Morty, then looks below him, where a body would normally be. Sharp tongue for a stemless dada. That's enough, you two. Let them keep at it. Like I'd let mine anywhere near if I had one. What did you hear the word? What? Did you hear the word brothel and think you could make some jink here? You flea-bitten gutter whore? Ha! Can't believe they even let you in the door. What with all those ticks hopping off your shaggy legs. That's enough, you two. Nee, komm, weiter geht's. Ticks? The only annoying insect around here is you. He suddenly turns to you. Hey, you're here to talk to me or what? Or what? What else can I do with you? What did you have in mind, you sodding jaw box? Go ahead. Give me a reason to say no to you. What do you usually do for patrons? I'm a practitioner of abuse. What? I'll show you. Her hand lashes out to slap your face, but you manage to barely dodge the blow. Himashi pouts visibly, then scowls. Oh well. Say, can you teach Morty here to be more abusive? She raises her eyebrows. Now that's an unusual request. I don't know, it seems pretty full-mouthed already. Eh, that's he. Seems pretty full-mouthed. He mag sie Bladderung, you scruffy goat-gammed harlot. You wish you had legs like mine, you pitiful wretch of a bone box. I can walk, run, dance. What do you do? Bop around wishing you had hair? You had a pair? Goats or otherwise? The two of them lay into one another, exchanging barbed, blistering insults and clashing with razor-edged tongues. Wait for it to end. Okay.
New taunts, all right.
Morty hat ein paar neue Schimpfwörter gelernt. Das ist schon mal sehr schön. Ist auch so eine geile Mechanik, dass Morty immer besser wird in seinen Fähigkeiten, wenn er lernt, besser die Leute zu beschimpfen. Okay. Ja, jetzt muss ich hier halt durch die Räume durch und mit allen möglichen Leuten reden. Und das ist krass textlastig. Da, also wenn ich das alles jetzt vorlese, dann bin ich morgen heiser. Das lasse ich schön bleiben. Ja. Also hier ist noch der Modron. Da haben wir jetzt gemerkt, das ist so ein Teleportationswürfel. Und in diesem, also der bringt mich dann zu so einem, ich glaube so einem Irrgarten. Und da kann ich nämlich so einen Modron treffen und auch rekrutieren. Also das heißt, ich habe jetzt die Möglichkeit, so einen Modron zu rekrutieren. Die hier kommt mit mir. Hier, wie heißt sie? Fall from Grace. Und dann habe ich auch noch den brennenden Typen, die brennende Fackel. Könnte ich jetzt eigentlich eben machen noch. Und dann habe ich habe nur noch 2 Plätze frei. Ich glaube, ich nehme Ignus nicht mit. Ignus ist glaube ich, der ist eh böse und der passt dann überhaupt nicht rein. Das ist, glaube ich, so ein totaler Psychopath. Und das können wir doch eben machen. Oh, was haben wir jetzt noch so? Okay, blablabla. So, dann machen wir mal. I wonder if this decanter of endless water will do something. You tilt the decanter over the grill and begin to pour. A small stream of ice blue water pours from the decanter and touches the flames of the grill with a violent hissing and a rush of steam. As if in response to this challenge, the decanter seems to lunge forward, falling onto the grill and shattering. By the hells! Hissing billows of steam and a furious crackling noise rushes from the grill, spilling over you and forcing you to cover your ears and turn away. There's a scream, a cackling, a terrible sound like 100 buildings burning, people screaming, the screams being cut short by the roar of flame and melting flesh. Cover your ears, block out the sound. As you put your hands over your ears to block out the sound, you feel a stickiness on your hands, like hot cheese or candle wax. Your ears are bleeding from the sound. You draw your hands back and see them covered with chunks of melted flesh, filled with bloody swirls. Try and get out of the bar. You're about to run from the bar, anything to get away from the sound, when suddenly all falls silent, except for a jagged crackling coming from the grill. You turn, on the grill lies a decanter of endless water, now nothing but shards and steam. Above it is a creature, flames still trailing from its body, floating over the bar's floor. It is staring at you, its eyes flickering like two torches. I know you. Yes. The creature's face split, charred flesh peeling away from its jaw, so that it might speak. Yes. Its voice crackles, burns, roars through the creature's chest, and with every word, flakes of cinder and ash spit from its mouth and drift into the air. You can barely stand to look at the thing. The blazing radiance surrounding it is terrible to behold. Ignus.
Long have I slept dreams of flames. I am yours till death comes for us both.
Okay. Und da ist er dabei.
Done.
Das war relativ einfach. Jetzt habe ich Ignus dabei. Das ist ein brennender, fliegender Typ. Magier. Chaotic Neutral. Oh, ich dachte, so ein Typ wäre böse. Flammenmann. Okay. Und Drusilla war doch die Freundin von ihm. As you approach the woman to talk to her, Ignus' eyes flare up, and before you can stop him, he embraces her. She returns his embrace, losing herself in his flames. She does not cry out. Your last glimpse of her is burned into your memory. Her eyes are full of fiery passion and all-engulfing love. Nothing is left of her, not even ashes. Oh. Yeah. That was sorrow, Ignus, and hasty. I wanted to speak with her. Das war seine Freundin, die hat er eben umarmt. Jetzt ist sie verbrannt. Interesting. Ja. Ignus Fireball. Er schmeißt einfach die ganze Zeit Feuerbälle.
Alright.
Okay. Da habe ich Ignus dabei. Ah, gut. Soweit erstmal. Ah, mich müde geredet. Also, wir sollten beim nächsten Mal, also wir haben Ignus dabei, wir können noch diese Maschine können wir rekrutieren, da müssen wir nur dieses komische Modron Cube Rätsel lösen. Und dann noch die Priesterin, ne, die Succubi, den Succubus, den können wir auch noch rekrutieren. Dann haben wir nächstes Mal 3 Companions dazu bekommen. Und ich weiß nicht, ich glaube, ich werde mit Ignus ein bisschen reden, aber der wird, glaube ich, nicht mitgenommen. Der passt nicht in die Gruppe. Ich habe so eine Kuscheltruppe. Das ist mir dann, nee, das passt nicht. Die Sukkulente, genau, die Sukkulente, die kommt mit. Und er ist, glaube ich, er ist eine ganz böse Kiste hier. Ignus, what happened to you to make you this way? This way? This way Ignus always was. Oh, but you look human, or at least you look like you were human once. Ignus twists, hunching his head forward as his body spins slowly above the ground. The effect is much like a fiery whirlwind, turmoil streaming off his body and distorting the air around him. Still Ignus, always Ignus. Okay. As you open your mouth to speak, Ignus suddenly whirls on you. You are forced to choke back your words as the heat from his frame floods over you. Ignus, might you be? Sparks in bodies, always seeking to rise. Sparks and bodies? What do you mean? All things burn inside. Ignus' head cranes back and throws his arms wide. spirals of flame and heat traveling up his arms. Only need to be kindled with flames to become Ignus. So might you have been Ignus? Actually, if you end up trying to kindle the flames within people, you usually end up killing them. So you're saying everyone has the potential to become like you with the right spark? Yes! Ignus grins, cocking his head to one side, ashes falling from the skull and being swept up in the flaming breath that surrounds him. Oh, weia. No more talk and questions! Silence! Mag nicht gern reden. Never mind. Ich glaube, das hat ein schnelles Ende hier, oder? Okay. But I wish to speak of flames, Ignus, and of burning. Your words are like oil, and you watch them fill Ignus' eyes, fanning the flames you see there. Flames? Ignus drifts down slightly, the heat around him rising, as if in interest. Speak, Ignus will listen. What were you doing in the smoldering corpse bar? Knew nothing of flames, blah blah blah. Once Ignus knew nothing of flames. He set small fires, tiny flames, tiny flickerings, small bits of flame. Aber war einfach nur ein Pyromane. Ignus hisses again, ashes and fiery motes drifting from the ruin of his mouth. The fires grew. Ignus set fires in the streets and lit the fires of anger in their hearts. Okay. They sought to punish Ignus. The small flies from the hive. They wished to see Ignus burn after Ignus set fire to their streets. Tiny magelings, hedge wizards, runecasters. Tiny sparks of magic came to punish Ignus for hurting their loved ones. They sentenced Ignus to burn, made Ignus torch, a spitting flame, burning, burning. It was justice, they said. Justice. You watch, mesmerized, as Ignus begins slowly turning again, as he did above the grill in the smoldering corpse. But it was not a sentence. There is so much flames and pain that there is no pain, that there is light and heat. The flesh runs as tallow across my bones, and for the first time Ignus is pleased. Okay. Die haben einen Pyromanen genommen und ihn verflucht mit einem Feuerfluch und irgendwie ist das nach hinten losgegangen. Jetzt gefällt es ihm. When the plains burn and all life is torchless, then Ignus shall at last be at peace. Ja, das ist sein Lebensmotto. Alles anzünden. Cool. Guter Typ. Ah. Ignus, have you ever felt a building aflame? The flames licking the edges of the timbers, blackening the wood beneath, watching the heat peel the paint of the walls, crackling the smell of burning straw. Jetzt macht man ihm so den Mund wässrig, oder was? Mit dem Feuergelaber. As you speak, the crackling of the flames around Ignus' frame ebbs, as if the flames themselves are listening to your words. When you finish, Ignus hisses softly, and the flames in his eyes have dimmed. As if he is lost in a memory. Yes. We'll speak later then, Ignus. Stay calm in the meantime. Und jetzt habe ich ihn so ein bisschen runtergeholt. Ist ja ganz witzig eigentlich. Vielleicht kann man doch noch ein bisschen was mit ihm machen. Hm. Na, geht es da irgendwie anders? Ah, naja. Jetzt habe ich auf jeden Fall so einen brennenden Psychopathen mit mir.
I'm gone.
Sieht ganz witzig aus. Das ist echt super gut. Ich frage mich, wo die hingehen, wenn ich zu viele habe. Ob ich die einfach irgendwo abstellen kann oder ob ich später so eine Art Basis habe oder ob man die wieder in der Kneipe findet. Man weiß es nicht, ne?
I'm gone. Done.
Müssen wir hier weiter labern erstmal. Okay, aber ich wollte Schluss machen. So, vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Und ja, bis morgen, ne? Morgen spielen wir weiter. Mit ein bisschen zu viel Text. Muss ich sagen, ist ein bisschen anstrengend. Die ganze Zeit. Vielleicht brauche ich mal was erfrischend anderes irgendwie. Oder mal wieder ein deutsches Spiel spielen mit deutscher Sprachausgabe. Muss ich weniger machen. Mal gucken. Auf jeden Fall wünsche ich euch noch einen schönen Tag. Bis dann. Tschüss.